Bringer of Rain Boxing Talk here, folks. I just wanted to offer some more level headed, rational commentary for the big fight that took place yesterday because I think it deserves it. The fight was, in my estimation, historically significant given the circumstance. I mean, you had two guys at the top of their division, undefeated, in the prime of their careers, with, the lineal heavyweight title on the line, all the marbles. And, I can't understate that enough, how important that fight was yesterday to see the two best go at it. And, it was great for the sport. Despite it being a one sided event, I was really happy that this fight went down. Now, following this fight, what tends to happen in a emphatic victory for a fighter, boxing fans and the public kind of write off the loser as a scrub, as a bum, as someone who can't fight, etc., etc. And I think that's important to not to remain unbiased here and rational. Deontay Wilder is not a bum by any means. I mean, if he was a bum, right, why would people be celebrating and touting this victory for Tyson Fury as being so great? I mean, if Deontay Wilder is a guy who can't fight, surely, there would be no point in celebrating. There would be no point in this fight being on pay-per-view and being in Las Vegas and the MGM. Deontay Wilder is a guy who has had the WBC heavyweight title for 5 years. He's beaten a lot of good fighters. I don't think any reasonable boxing fan ever said that Deontay Wilder was perfect. He's very flawed, some might argue fundamentally flawed, but he has that big eraser, the big cracker of a right hand, and that's kind of has what gotten him to this point in his career, and that's incredible. I mean, I have not seen a more obviously one-handed fighter than Deontay Wilder achieve as much success as he has. And I think that's just a testament to just how much dynamite is in that right hand. It's absolutely crazy. But I want to kind of explore what took place in the second fight because people seem to be kind of shocked and surprised about what took place. Now, going into this fight, I definitely thought that Tyson Fury had the advantage in almost every single boxing attribute besides pure punching power. When it comes to foot speed and hand speed and boxing, just pure boxing ability, Tyson Fury has the edge in all of those categories. Now, there's a saying in boxing, it's called knockouts cause amnesia. And in this fight's case, I think that it was called knockdowns cause amnesia because that first fight, Fury gets floored twice, right? And, that kind of leads into this narrative that the fight was back and forth, it was tooth and nail, that it could have gone either way, when in reality, from my seat watching the fight, and a lot of boxing analysts have agreed with me, I thought the fight was largely one-sided when you break it down round by round. That first fight, I thought Tyson Fury won 9 of the 12 rounds. Now, when you have a guy lose 9 of the 12 rounds, typically you wouldn't think of that fight being very competitive. But when you have the knockdowns and you add up the points, you come to a relatively closer point total. So you're able to push the narrative that the fight was close, right? But my thing was this. Fury's the better boxer. He has more ways that he can win. He can box on his back foot like he did against Vladimir Klitschko and kind of make it a rough and ugly affair and outpoint Deontay Wilder to a decision. He can come forward on his front foot, make it nasty and engage in a firefight inside and, put his weight and lean on Deontay Wilder and, hit him on the inside and make it ugly in the clinch. He has the faster hands. He could jump into the pocket, throw combinations and engage in a firefight with Deontay Wilder and win that way. Tyson Fury is so versatile for a heavyweight. There's so many different dimensions to his game, so many different ways that he can win this fight against Deontay Wilder compared to Wilder. And let's face it, the only way he was going to win this fight was via knockout. Where it was going to be if Tyson Fury had his hands placed in the right spot, or if he was pulling out in an exchange, and Wilder was able to uncork that straight right hand right down the button and hit him on the chin and knock him out. Boom. Because he's not going to be able to outbox him. He's not going to be able to outrough him. He's not going to be able to win a decision. No, I mean, he doesn't have these dimensions, these layers to his game that Tyson Fury has, okay? And I thought that the first fight was largely controlled by a more inactive, I mean, this was Fury coming off of, what was it, 6 months ago, he was doing cocaine. And then, boom, he's right back in there with the best heavyweight in the world. Now, Fury has had some fights under his belt. He's got his rhythm back. He's got his timing back. He's got his, confidence back. And I wasn't really too surprised about what happened yesterday. You saw Fury actually had a really brilliant game plan. Like I mentioned earlier, Wilder's only way of beating a guy like Tyson Fury, a boxing masterclass like he is to land that straight right hand from distance, right? Wilder has a great right hand. He doesn't shorten that punch into a right hook. He does. It's straight. It's from distance. It's a long bomb. It's a Hail Mary. That's how he can get you, right? And if Tyson Fury is to be on his toes in boxing like he was against Vladimir Klitschko, you're giving him the only shot he has to win the fight. Tyson Fury kind of took a page out of Evander Holyfield's book, when he went to Mike Tyson and, got up into his personal space. That's exactly what Tyson Fury did. He said, look, I'm going to eliminate any chance that Wilder has of winning this fight. I'm going to bring the fight right to you. I'm going to get into your personal space. I'm going to crowd you. I'm not going to allow you to even get off that right hand. And Deontay Wilder had no idea how to handle him. He had no idea how to fight Tyson Fury off of his back foot. He had no idea how to handle Tyson Fury in close, in the clinch, inside the pocket, that kind of trench warfare. He wasn't equipped to go to war with Tyson Fury like that. And I think it was a brilliant game plan on Tyson's part, being able to identify, look, I kind of am playing into Wilder's only chance by boxing on the outside. He doesn't have the legs, and the strength to hang with me in the trenches if I bring the fight there, if I drag him there. He's not able to uncork his one dynamic punch in his arsenal. I mean, let's face it, Deontay Wilder has an A++ weapon in his arsenal, but Tyson Fury has a whole bunch of B+ to A- weapons, a wide variety of them that he can use at any time. So I think that in hindsight, it's important to kind of recognize the champion that Deontay Wilder was. He's not some bum. He wasn't just a scrub nobody. He's a very solid fighter, a world champion for 5+ years, still credible, could still mix it up in there with the best heavyweights. I still give him a shot to knock out Anthony Joshua. Joshua does not move nearly as fluidly and is much more robotic than Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury, he has a rare skill set. The boxing IQ, the ability to switch styles and fight in any kind of fight. That's what makes him the best heavyweight in the world. And that's what separates the number 1 heavyweight, Fury, and the number 2 heavyweight in Deontay Wilder.